Hi, this is Mark Wade from Prudential Fox and Roach at Center City Condos, and I'd like to discuss with you an interesting phenomena that's happening in the Center City market that I've not seen for quite a while, and they're called REOs, also known as relos, aka corporate-owned properties. Okay, here's the general scope. I kind of when I started selling condos in the late 1980s, I specialized in REOs. Now, REOs mean real estate owned. It's what a bank calls their residential condominium or single family home inventory, REOs. Okay, here's one scenario. A property can become a relo or a corporate owned or an REO in a million different ways, and here's one scenario. Suzie lives in a condo. Suzie works for IBM. IBM says, hey, Suzie, we want to promote you and move you to Greenland or Iceland or Texas or who it doesn't matter. Suzie says, okay, and part of Suzie's package to move is that IBM or whoever her company she works for will buy her condo from her and sell it through a third-party intermediary. Now, so let's say Suzie lives at 9th and Spruce. IBM is not in the business of owning condominiums on the corner of 9th and Spruce. It's not what they do. They make computers and things like that. So they hire a third party to sell off that property. They generally price it very competitively. And then it has been my experience that they then will sell it significantly less than what they're asking in a number of cases. Now, I'm just generalizing here. Every single sale is an anomaly in and of itself. It's tough to gauge one sale off another to say, okay, well, this corporate-owned property took 8.2% off their asking price. That means the next one will. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, they may take more. Maybe they may take 13.9% off. I mean, who really knows? But the reality is corporate-owned properties are owned by people. It's not like, Suzie still owns it and Suzie painted the kitchen herself and Suzie wants every penny out of that condo because she loved it and she painted it and she made, she added the shelves in the walk-in closet and no. We're talking about an unemotional third-party seller who is looking to, a lot of times, just clear their inventory. Because let's think real quick. Okay, IBM now is trying to sell a property, a condo, on the corner of 9th and Spruce. And they've hired Bill to sell these condos. Bill is their corporate relocation director. Bill has a stack of files on his desk. And Bill's job is to sell these condos or townhouses, whatever. One's in down 9th and Spruce, one's in Smyrna, Kentucky, and one's in Idaho, and one's, whatever. It doesn't matter. The reality is, if you come across, and this is something that I push, and I just sold another one today, another corporate relocation, because I believe they're really, really good values. They're priced very competitively, and they're sometimes open to a bit of an offer. So, and I know at least 12 different corporate relo properties right now that are on the market in Center City. Today is the last day of 2008. I know because I kind of know what to look for. I've been doing corporate relos for about 20 years, and I think they're just an excellent way for buyers to snag a property that they may have thought was out of their reach. Sometimes those properties are out of their reach, but you don't get if you don't ask. And so a lot of times I will push for my clients, my buyers, to look into corporate properties because we're talking about a seller who's an unemotional third party who just has to clear these things off their desk more times than not. So there was one, I had this buyer who was looking for a condo, and although there were possibilities out there for this buyer, I ended up selling this buyer a townhouse. Gorgeous townhouse. Like the best deal of 2008. I mean, it was phenomenal. She's singing and dancing in the street. I'm exceedingly happy because she got a very good deal. And it was just a very smart way for this buyer to go. So anyway, corporate properties that are currently, I know of about, these are, I know about 12 or 13 of them right now. Now, Foreclosures are the cousins, relocation properties are the cousins of foreclosures. Again, owned by a unemotional third party that's looking to get rid of them, generally speaking. Now, I'm not saying that if a property's asking $482,000 that they're going to let it go for, $382,000. I mean, that's ridiculous. Come on. I mean, there's within the realm of possibility. You've got to, but here's one. There's a high-rise condo. This thing sold 2 years ago for $565,000. It's on the market today, listed by some goof way out in the suburb. I mean, a lovely human being, I'm sure. I'm not, I'm just saying that the person who's doing the marketing on this property does not hold open houses, does no advertising on the property, and I watched this thing and I just keep seeing it get reduced. Now, it's my guess that this property is eventually going to sell somewhere in the threes. Now, think of that. It sold 2 years ago for $565,000. Now, I'm not suggesting it's worth $565 today because the market has fallen a little bit. But to be able to pick this property up in the threes is, in my opinion, the best deal, one of the best deals in the condo market. If you're looking for a high-rise condo, this one's quite appropriate. There's another one in Washington Square West, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with parking. I sold the identical unit 6 months ago in the high threes, and this thing will sell probably, just a guess, I'm just guessing, I don't know, 300. So anyway, if you're looking for one of the best deals in town, you might want to consider a third-party, corporate-owned, REO, kind of foreclosure, maybe even a foreclosure, although those are a little tougher to find. It's just a wonderful way to go. You can hopefully save a lot of money on your purchase and end up with a beautifully underpriced property. So anyway, this is Mark Wade. I kind of specialize in relos, finding them, sniffing them out. It's kind of what I do. It's when I have nothing else to do in my life, I go through the multiple listing service, and I know what to look for. There are certain little things out there that tells you this is a foreclosure or this is a relocation property. I know what to look for. I've been doing it for 20 years and I love relos. So anyway, this is Mark Wade rambling on and on and on. If you'd like to talk more or learn a little bit more about relocation / corporate owned properties, why don't you pick up that telephone, start pushing the buttons, and give me a call, 215-521-1523. Thank you very much.